Hello guys, I'm now changing my differential fluids, the front differential, the transfer case and the rear differential as well, because it's been about 60 to 70,000 kilometers since I changed it the last time, and now it's time to change it again. Now, the main thing which you need to know, and I've made this mistake once, so I'm sharing you my experience so you won't make it. As we all know, the transfer case oil is needed only 850 ml. So you buy only one of these and it's enough. That's easy as it is. The front differential, as we know, it is the non-locking differential. So far, it will be very shortly. And so this is the part number that you need from the Volkswagen. But the main part, unfortunate part, is that when I changed the last time the differential oil in my front and rear differentials, I've been given this oil for both front and rear. All right, and that's a mistake because I have the rear differential that is lockable. So I have the rear diff lock from the factory, and because this option is so rare on the Touaregs and the Cayennes, most of the time the dealers are not searching with the VIN number, but they know it by heart that this is the oil that they need, okay? And that's a big mistake because physically this oil is different. This is for the lockable differential, and that's very important because since I changed it the last time and I actually put this oil in my car, I had the feeling that something was bending, right? So from the beginning I saw that it was the transfer case problem, and I changed the transfer case actuator motor, but the bending still exists and it's still doing this bending on the low speed turns. And actually with the feeling, because I have this car for 9 years now and I feel everything, whatever is happening to it, as if it's like your home slippers. You just get used to it and you feel every single stone when you are stepping on them, right? So I always had this feeling that it had some kind of problem with the rear part of the car, not the middle, like the transfer case. So when I ordered these oil from the dealer, we actually went through the catalog, right? So the guy told me, the different guy, told me that the front differential oil and the rear one are different. And to be honest, I was like a little bit even embarrassed because I didn't know that. So be careful guys, if you have the rear differential lockable, like I do, use this oil. And if you have just open differentials like in the front, and you have to use this oil for both of them, right? The quantity is a little bit different. Okay, this is the very oil, actually. This is the very bottle of oil which I have been given by the dealer about like 4 years. So this have been updated, like this was the first part number, now it's S2, not A2, A1, sorry. So, you know it now, don't make the mistake that I do. It wasn't my fault, to be honest. I was just told that it was the same oil, and I'm not like super qualified in this sort of things. So now I know that the rear differential have to have different oil if it's lockable. Okay then, time to enjoy the filling process, and it's very difficult because as you know, the differential filling hole is right there, and it's in a pain in the ass to get there. So I'm gonna need a lot of time. And to be honest, it's draining now. I have drained. I opened all the filling and the drain holes. And well, one more advice: you never ever drain the oil first. You have to make sure that you open the filling plug first. This one. You know why? Because once you will drain the oil, and if you will not be able to open, like unscrew this part, you're fucked. Because sometimes you get those torque screws like stripped, right? And it's very easy to strip them. I think I don't know what size. I think it's 8mm if I remember it correctly. But it's very easy, very easy to mess them up. So be careful, guys. You never ever drain the oil first. You have to open these filling screws all the way, open it, and then drain the oil. So when you will have the reverse process, you definitely will be able to screw the drain plug and then fill the oil up. And one more tip: whenever lot of time I get like posts on the Facebook and questions on the forum as well, what gear ratios you have on your car. There are 7 different gear ratios available on these cars, and the Cayennes and the Q7s as well. On the rear differential, it's very difficult to find it, because people think that these letters do mean something. They do, but the gear ratios are with the codes. There are 3-letter codes. In case of the rear differential, if you look at this is the front of the vehicle, this is the rear differential, drain plug, and this is the place to look at, right? So if you will gently rub this place down with the damp cloth or damp sponge, you will be able to see letters. I don't know if my camera will pick it up because it's quite dark here. But anyways, this is the place. I will zoom it out. So this is the place to look at in case of rear differentials. The transfer case, as we all know, it's always the same, 2.72. Always the same. These transfer cases only differ with, I think, the length of the housing. That's it. Because the cardan shafts and everything are a little bit different from a few engines. Like, I think 3.2 is the longest, as far as I remember. And in case of front differential is also like, it has the casting marks, and it's right here. Like, if you will look at the drain plug, and you have to see this place. This is the place where the codes are written, right? So once you will read those codes, it's 3-letter code always. It cannot be any different. 3-letter codes. Once you will read those out, like in my case, HLU is the rear code, which I know because I looked at it once, but unfortunately my camera cannot pick it up now. It's HLU. So it means, if I will go through the documents, which I have, it's 4.55 gear ratio of this locking differential. All right, so they are all different. 7 of different variants. Okay, so back to the oils. Now it's ready to fill them up. You need 1 liter of front differential oil. I have these left over because, as we all know, I used this for the rear one as well, which is a mistake. And you need 1.6 liters of oil in the rear differential if it's lockable, which I have, and 850 milliliters of the transfer case oil. So 1.6 liters, 1 liter, 850 mil. That's it. Okay then, keep the thumbs up to see more. And oh yeah, by the way, the front differential oil, I am filling it up now with this oil, but I have the feeling that I will need to drain this very shortly, because something very big is coming up, guys, for all of you. It will be available for all of you, and honestly, I do not want to spoil this, but it's a big news, guys, and I will keep you updated shortly.